Hey everyone, today I'm going to be throwing light on my World War One scrapbook that I made. The title and the front cover of the book says Thomas Power's Journal, World War One. So my scrapbook is being portrayed from a soldier's perspective. First page, the beginning of World War One. World War One began on July 28, 1914, when Serbian nationalist Gavrilo Princip assassinated Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand and his wife Sophie. The countries in World War I. The Central Powers were Germany, Austria-Hungary, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire. The Allies were France, Great Britain, Russia, Italy, Japan, and from 1917, the United States. We want to volunteer. To fight a war, Britain needed an army, so Lord Kitchener was sent to recruit 500,000 soldiers. Women were needed for all the jobs men did before the war, allowing women to be financially independent, which was a huge step for them. Food for soldiers. Army food was basic but filling. Each soldier could expect about 4,000 calories a day, with tinned rations and hard biscuits. Any spare vegetables they could find would be a great addition to their handmade stews, which are made in tins and a small fire from a match. Everything had to be done quietly so the other side wouldn't track them. During the war, whenever soldiers have free time, they write to their loved ones at home. During World War I, up to 12 million letters a week were delivered to soldiers, many on the front line. So this is a letter Thomas Power got from one of his closest friends at home. It says, Dear Thomas Power, I hope you have been safe and well. I have received your previous letters and got haunted by your stories. I am very glad that my brother couldn't be enlisted, but always praying for you to return safely. I had several chills go down my spine when I saw the headline on the newspaper the previous week, that some of your comrades were shot at dawn. It's tragic. I hope that you aren't a victim of shell shock. It's not cowardice in my point of view, but those good-for-nothing devils that call themselves generals are losing their minds. I apologize if I'm stressing you out more, but it's unacceptable. Don't you agree? How's your life? I know it's been hard, but you always would have a way of making the day better. Do you make up those fun games like you used to? Are your friends doing good? You previously wrote that the rule was one man for himself, but you and your gang were keeping humanity alive. If I'm not mistaken, you had to fight in the trenches as well. Hopefully you didn't get trench foot or any diseases. I am so proud to have such a brave friend. I wish that you will have a safe and please limit those hospital trips. Buddy, write back to me soon. From your best buddy. I want you to come back home just like you had left with that smile of yours. Christmas truce. Christmas truce occurred on Christmas Day of 1914. Both sides stopped fighting and came out of their trenches. They exchanged gifts. The British gave chocolate to the German soldiers and the Germans gave sausages to the British. Afterwards, they even played football happily together. It is a symbol of peace on earth, goodwill towards humans, and hope can be found even in the darkest and bloodiest places, even on a battlefield. Battle of Somme. It was a battle fought by the British and French armies against the Germans between 1st July and 18th November of 1916. The British and French won over Germany. The Battle of Somme was one of the largest battles in World War I and one of the bloodiest. 650,000 German casualties, 420,000 British, and 195,000 French deaths. Shot at dawn. Soldiers were shot at dawn for mutiny, sleeping on duty, assisting the enemy, cowardice, hitting a superior officer, desertion, and discarding their weapon in the face of the enemy. Private Harry Farr was a good lad. I knew him, and it isn't his fault that he caught the shell shock and got executed, even if I caught it lightly. All the soldiers were pardoned later on, and a memorial was built to honor them. End of World War I. Germany signed the Treaty of Versailles on November 11, 1918, so the Allies won. World War I was known as the war to end all wars. People celebrated their loved ones coming home. The League of Nations was an organization for international cooperation established on January 10, 1920, but ended on April 19, 1946. It was supposed to provide a forum for resolving international disputes, but major powers didn't join, so there were inner arguments. It ended after leading to World War II. Hope you enjoyed my World War I scrapbook.